is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from American Whiskey. Yeah, American Whiskey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils beat the St. Louis Blues tonight 4-1 at the Rock. I'm your host, Sam Woo, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal in the confines of his Beverly Hills Michael J. Fox Studios. Scotty, they are dancing and singing here at American Whiskey. I see happy faces, smiles, and it's just one game only, but boy, was it a good game tonight.
Yeah, lots of fun on this game tonight at the Rock. Number 62 on the season, Sam Woo. Number 62 on the season. At home, where the Devils have struggled, obviously, this year, but they come through with a big, big win to keep their hopes alive, which we know the final word won't be said until after that Vegas game, of course,
Yep.
I mean, we've already established that. That'll be the meter there for the Devils playoffs is that Vegas game. So, but they win, and they win with a lot of heroics from someone who's had a rough year, and that's one Timo Meier. So let's talk about it right now. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the story of the game is hat trick. Timo Meier. The St. Louis Blues, we know, aren't really the offensive juggernaut, and that allows a, struggling Devils defense to be able to get some good reps in against a team that, doesn't have that potent of an offense. And we see everyone there at American Whiskey having a good time. Hello, by the way, everyone on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere else. See everyone rocking over there at the bar. Our girl Alejandra is behind the bar in the corner, I think. Frank the Tank hopefully is around there somewhere. There's Alejandra. I just saw her for a quick second. Frank the Tank around as well. And of course, Sam Woo. Get your selfies with Sam Woo if you want it. And I saw Mrs. Woo, just so you know, Sam had a salad this afternoon. Those weren't chicken wings that he was texting us earlier today. That was a salad. That was a salad. Buffalo blue cheese salad, but it was a solid
salad. It was a solid
salad. Yes, exactly. But yeah, first period, it took some time, but Timo Meier got on the board with his 15th goal of the year at 13:24, and dare I say this, Sam Woo, it is another PPG power play goal for these New Jersey Devils. So, part of the equation that's been a big struggle through most of this year is finally starting to rebound here late in the season with multiple power play goals through the past few games. And Timo Meier comes through here with a power forward move. Why? Because he's parked in front of the net, right where Timo Meier should be. All right. And we got some movement with Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier on that power play. And with Timo right in front of Binnington, you got Nico Hischier in the mid-slot range, and he lets a shot go that gets through to Binnington, and it kicks to the side, and you got Timo Meier right there. Be able to put a backhand on it and get it into the back of the net. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me goals from Timo Meier. Ooh, yeah. First of the night, his 15th of the year. 1-0 Devils, PPG, power play goal. And then it didn't take much longer after that for him to get back up. Oh, hang on. I'm getting something in my ear. Yeah, okay, all right. I'm getting word from Mrs. Woo that we need to go to American Whiskey. And the king of the football calls himself Sam by God Woo with this Devils After Dark Let's Go Devils podcast game break update.
This game update is brought to you by And Crew Brew. And Crew Brew, where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. Devils, Blues, at Prudential Center, at The Rock. Close game, Devils driving. 3rd and goal. Marino out of the shotgun. Siegenthaler at center. Marino calls audible, moves Palat to the left side. Hard count, the puck is snapped. Marino fights Palat. Oh, tipped, caught by Meier. Touchdown Devils, touchdown Devils. The Devils take a 2-0 lead. Oh boy. The fat lady is singing right now at the Prudential Center. This game's over. Devils up 2-0. Timo Meier with the touchdown. Are you ready, New Jersey?
Woo, baby. What a football call by Sam Woo. So, did you say that they take St. Louis out back behind the barn to sing the blues? Is that what we're saying over here?
Just in case a certain somebody gets another assist or touchdown pass,
Okay.
that may happen. I got to save it. We're just
okay.
we're letting the NHL app update that last goal, but I won't say anything about it.
Okay, all right. Excellent. Well, Sam Woo with the impressive football call over there. Yes. John Marino putting Palat in motion there, calling the audible after the hard count. And the tip.
He's got Butterfingers. That's what Palat is. Andre Butterfingers Palat.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Guy can't catch a
Nicely
puck.
done.
I'm telling you.
Nicely can't catch a puck to save his
That
life.
play reminded me of Mark Bavaro and Phil McConkey in Super Bowl 21 in the end zone. Very similar play. Very similar
Very
play.
similar.
Yeah,
Very similar.
totally.
Nicely done with the Phil McConkey reference over there.
Yes.
Wow. Sam Woo is pulling him out. Woo! Baby. Well, yes. One more time, I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of this podcast, I can tell. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me goals from Timo Meier. Ooh, yeah. Number 2. Like my head field there? That's right. His 16th of the year at 16:04 of the first period puts the Devils up 2-0. Palat gets the assist, his 16th. And our boy John, don't call me Dan, laces out isotoner gloves. Marino gets his 17th assist of the year. And Marino finds Palat, who sends Palat's kind of on the side of the net over here. And where's Timo Meier again on this goal? Power forward spot, parked right in front of the net. This is where Timo should be. This is where he should be making his living. Those dirty goals. Even though this one was a pretty one, but still, that quote-unquote dirty area where you have to go and sometimes face a cross-check or two to the sides, but you get the puck in the back of the net. And Palat's at the side. He gets it from Marino, immediately feeds it right across, and Timo's there for that quick snapshot right past Biddington. 16th of the year. Devils up 2-0. We move into the second period, and about halfway through, the Blues do get on the board with Brandon Saad getting his 18th of the year. And this was a wicked shot from, oh man, I can't even remember who it was. It was the defenseman on the Blues just totally dekes out. I think it was Shimon Nemec, who was back in the lineup tonight. Colin can't really hit the net. Miller was the scratch on the defensive side. But, man, a little shimmy shake, whoop, whoop, whoop. And whoever it was from the Blues cuts to the center. They let a shot go. I think it actually clanked off the post. It was either the post or Nico Dawes' glove. And it just shot right to the side to Saad, who was able to bury it. So 18th goal for him at 9:03 of the second period. 2-1. But then Timo Meier says, oh, no, baby. We're not doing that. We're doing hat tricks tonight. That's what we got going on at the Prudential Center. And at 16:40 of the second period, the hats come a-flying onto the ice because Timo Meier gets his 17th goal of the season and the natural hat trick for the New Jersey Devils. All right, here we go one more time. Oh, wait. Wait, is it a natural hat trick? Because Saad scored in between. Is a natural 3 straight goals? Or is it 3 straight goals for your team? You know what? I don't know that off the top of my head. Someone's got to look that up and correct me on YouTube if I'm wrong. But here we go for the third time. Hopefully Scotty's voice doesn't give it out here. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me goals from Timo Meier. Ooh, yeah. Number 3. 17th of the year. This one comes from Palat and Heischer. Even strength goal. And this one was a lot of Palat and Nico kind of really just putting the Blues defense in a little bit of a tizzy. They bring the puck into the zone and they kind of crisscross with each other in a little figure 8 action. And the 3 Blues defenders there kind of like get all caught up with Nico and Palat. And Timo comes from the bench and like, whoop, I got this nice clear lane right down the middle. And he takes a mid-range shot. He keeps it nice and low. Beats Binnington for his 17th of the year, completing the hat trick. In the third period, not much happening. But you know what? The Devils played good defense. And at the end of the game, Erik Haula gets an empty net goal at 19:01. And look at that. Who gets the assist? According to the NHL app, only one. We thought maybe it might be updated for another football call, but as of right now, Timo Meier gets the only assist on the Erik Haula goal. Haula his 13th, and Timo his 16th assist of the season to seal the deal for these Devils and a 4-1 much-needed victory. Shots on goal for the Devils, 16-10-7 for a total of 33. Blues, 5-11-8 for a total of 24. Devils actually had the disadvantage in the face-off. We don't see this very often, but 29 face-off wins to the Blues, 32. Devils 1 for 2 on the power play. Very little registered hits here, 7-5. I can't really believe that. That's got to be an error, but maybe not. And 15 block shots for the Blues, 17 for the Devils. So, like we said, a much-needed victory to keep their chances still afloat here as we get down into the final 20 of the season. We'd love to know what you think about it on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. We want to check in with the man who's partying over there at American Whiskey. Tip your bartenders, take care of them. Oh, they're dancing in the background.
Yes, they are. They're definitely
They're
dancing in the
loving Sam Woo's
background.
football calls.
Yep. See, that's what happens when you win, Scotty. Everybody's happy, including Paul Marino. He's happy. He's happy.
Winning does a lot. Winning does a lot. That's for sure.
Solves everything, folks. Solves everything. So wanted to ask you.
Sam Woo, tell us what you think about this game.
Wanted to ask you, did the Flyers lose today?
The Flyers won.
Oh, they did? All right. Well, never mind that. I was going to make a point. But regardless, who cares about the Flyers? This was a solid 2 points. You have 2, let's just say, wealthy players on the New Jersey Devils. Timo Meier coming in with 3 goals and 1 assist tonight, involved in all the scoring. Palat who was hurt the other game, comes back. He was working it, baby. He was working it today. Even though he has butterfingers and he tip pass, that's just jokes. Everything was well done. Finding Timo Meier, the net presence of Timo Meier, he's got to be doing this all the time, Scotty, because he's got size. The last game against the Panthers, he willed himself for that goal to tie it up 2-2, if you remember. He is a power forward. Give him the power. Okay, let's stop passing the puck too many times. Let's get it into that slot area where Timo Meier can go to work, and he will reward you. That's what the Devils did tonight. Also, Toffoli sitting for obvious reasons. We will
I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, we will have coverage tomorrow. Vinny Parisi and I are on standby. We will have to play hooky if we need to when news breaks. If there's a trade, I'm hearing from a couple sources that it really looking like maybe LA might get in the mix, and it looks pretty strong. Again, I'm not making whatever, but it's just
being
rumors.
that I live in LA, that's the rumors I've been hearing out here as well. So.
But they're starting to get a little bit louder. And the attractive part about trading Toffoli out west is you don't have to deal with the Kings, in the Eastern Conference in terms of playoff positioning. So, but right now, look at the Devils fans right now. Their smiles on their faces. It's one game at a time, folks. One game at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got Carolina Hurricanes at the Rock this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern start. Even Steve Engel is going to be here at American Whiskey.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. Alejandra will be waiting for you, Steve. But make sure that the significant other doesn't know what's really going on. But anyway, so again, one game at a time because you've got Carolina.
What is happening here on this podcast? I don't know what's happening here, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to listen to Game Day Live. Steve Engel.
Oh, okay.
And Alejandra. And getting sponsorships from divorce attorneys, $49.99.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen on the replay on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, or any of our social media pages, Scotty. I didn't know if you knew about that. Yeah. But yeah, seriously. So one game at a time. I know the schedule's tough. You've got Carolina Hurricanes. You've got the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden. Right now, let's focus on it. The Devils have a little momentum right now. Maybe a little confidence brewing. You take it one shift at a time with Carolina. You catch them napping, and suddenly, and you know that they just got Gensel as well. Sometimes teams need a little bit of adjustment when a new player comes in. You could possibly take advantage of that, and maybe you could catch the Hurricanes sleeping if you could win that one. And going into Madison Square Garden on Monday to start your road trip, remember, we're not throwing in the towel to after Vegas. But this all could change by Vegas. So listen to me here, folks. Right now, the odds makers in Vegas, coincidentally, have the Devils, plus 900 or plus 800 to make the playoffs? I would start betting on it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, even though they've got an 8.8% chance of making the playoffs, Sam Woo says start making some money. Yeah, call your bookie, legally, illegally, doesn't matter. This team is going to go to the playoffs, I'm telling you, if they play like this.
Well, we're going to have to see. As we said, we know the benchmark will be that Vegas game, of course. It has nothing to do that we're making a trip to Vegas for that game or anything like that. We've just decided with all of our great analysis that will be the benchmark game.
To tell you the truth, Scotty, I'm going to stop you there. From what I've heard from Short Sky at Mullet Arena, they can hear everything what we say in the stands. I believe in the seventh man. I believe in the seventh skater. Okay? I will be screaming touchdown John Marino all day long. If they have to drag me out of the mullet, so be it. Mrs. Woo, you better wire transfer bail money because this team is going to win in Arizona, whether you like it or not. She's probably rolling her eyes right now, Scott, and is like, oh, God. Here he goes again.
Roll her eyes?
Yeah.
About things that you say? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she does it about 8.7 times a day.
I think you need to add a 0 on the end of that as well. So
yeah.
Maybe 870 times a day.
Pretty much.
Well, you listen, you never know. This team has got to play better. Obviously, Carolina is a much better team than St. Louis. But they have to take it one game at a time. Maybe
one shift at a time.
Maybe with this coaching change, maybe there's some more good things to come. They did play a lot better defense today. Again, we point out that obviously St. Louis isn't the offensive juggernaut, but still, progress is progress, and they played a lot better defensively this afternoon. They got to keep that up. Sometimes playing that good defense creates some of that good offense. And when you have players like a Jack Hughes, a Jesper Bratt, a Nico Hischier, a Timo Meier, they can turn that into really good opportunities. But getting Timo parked in front of that net is huge. And the way he's been playing the past couple games, it's like, I don't know if he's just finally really healthy. Is he finally really getting it? But he's got, 6 goals in the last 4 or 5 games here. So, there's definitely been a massive improvement for him. You get him going, and this team is going to be a little bit different because you don't have to rely on Jack and that power play, even though the power play's been coming through. Even without Toffoli in the lineup tonight, who's been their best goal scorer all year. So, if you get Timo going, if you trade Toffoli and maybe get some assets, maybe some prospects back, maybe some picks, I don't know. We'll see what Fitzy can come up with there. But it doesn't look like the Toffoli deal is going to get done. The extension, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And you can't just let him walk in potentially walk in free agency. So you try to trade him now, see what you can get. And if he's interested in coming back in the offseason, maybe you sign him up in the offseason.
Yeah. And what were your thoughts on Nico Dawes tonight? He looked fresh. He didn't look...
Nico Dawes looked better.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's, sometimes he looks very lost and sometimes he looks on fire. I mean, today he looked very good. Again, it's not as strong of a team that they're playing against. But, again, building blocks, Maybe this will help push him back in the right direction, be a little bit of a confidence boost for him, and get him going the way we saw him in that 4 or 5 game stretch that concluded with the outdoor game. We get that Nico Dawes back, and you got a different story going on here. Because that Nico Dawes was lights out.
Also, I want to be a little bit optimistic here as well. Losing to the Florida Panthers was not such a bad thing. I'll tell you what, there were a couple crossbars, a couple posts that have actually timed the game or putting more pucks, past Stolars. But they played pretty well against the Panthers. There were still mistakes, but I think you see a gradual improvement. Some of the things cleaned up tonight. I didn't see anything, too many things. I mean, there were a couple penalties I didn't like, the John Marino one. Sorry, Paul. You can't get lazy with the stick. You got to move your feet. You got to move your skates. You can't just keep on using your stick and poke checking because you're gonna get yourself in trouble eventually because these players are fast, big, and they know how to draw penalties in front of the referees. But other than that, they just got to keep on skating, with their opponents in the defensive zone, but also be mindful of, playing your lanes, playing your position. Don't be caught out of position. So a much better game today overall. I know it's a weaker team than Florida, but you know what? This is the starting point. Now it's Carolina. What can they do against them? I'll tell you, this is a heck of a day. I wish it was at night, Scotty, because I'm unable to attend. But they got to come out against Carolina like a desperate team, like a team that cares, and a team that wants it. They're kind of like that wounded tiger or wounded lion in the jungle. What happens? Things get ugly, and they got to play that game. I'm trying to get a little of this National Geographic,
It's like a rabid old yeller.
Yeah.
Behind the barn, things are gonna get ugly.
Dog eat dog world. It's a dog eat dog world, I'll tell you. Because I'm predicting pain. I mean, this is a Rod Brindamore team. You know that they're going to come out. They've got that veteran defense over there. Here's the old yeller. I'm telling you, they got to have that old yeller mentality. Go for the jugular. Don't let up. Play a full 60 minutes. And if you're not getting your way, then bully them. That's what you have to do. And those 3 goals by Timo Meier was all in front of the net. I'm telling you, that's where he's going to make his money. That's his office right there. Just get him the puck, and Timo will get the rebounds. Just get it on net. Doesn't matter what kind of shot it is. Get it on net. Timo will find it. Because right now, Toffoli's is about to be shipped off, possibly. It's amazing how Timo Meier is now on that PP1, and that power play is starting to heat up again. But if that power play starts to heat up and they start playing well defensively and they get good goaltending, interesting 20-game stretch we got here, Scotty.
And Timo's back on the right wing. I see Supernova saying he's wondering if Toffoli was a position diva and was not letting him play over there. But I don't know if it was him or if it was Lindy or what the hell was going on there. But Timo looks like the Timo that we were hoping to acquire, last year. This is the player that we were hoping to get. Over the past 4 games, this is what we're talking about. So let's hope that it continues. They got a big game over the weekend here. Was it Saturday? It's an early game too, right? It's like 12:30?
12:30 p.m. Eastern out in the East Coast.
Holy hell. It's 9:30 for me. It's 9:30 in the morning for me. Jeez.
I know.
Wow. It must be loud because my watch just told me that I have a loud environment. So they must be really rocking over there.
Oh, they absolutely
I don't know. They're playing country. The gentleman there. I don't know what's going on.
Well, let's. You want me to go on the creeper cam? You can go on the creeper cam. Go around the bar. It is it's a happening place on a Thursday night after a Devils victory. No one's concerned about being, 8 points out of a playoff spot. A victory is a victory, and this is where it starts.
Well, we got to look at that. Yes, it is. It's only 6 points, actually, because the Tampa Bay Lightning lost. They got clobbered tonight. So Tampa Bay lost. Washington won. Philly won. They somehow beat Florida. I don't know how that happened, but they did. So they're still alive. But Tampa Bay and Detroit both have 72 points. And Tampa Bay, the Devils lost all their games in hand. They're now at 63 games played, but Tampa Bay is still ahead at 64 games played. So it's not done yet. It's not done yet.
Yeah.
And with those games, like we said, against the Devils being able to play Philly late in the season, you never know where it might come down to. But they got to win. It's, we talked about this. They got to stay focused. as Sam Woo was saying, one shift at a time, not even one game at a time. They got to go one shift at a time and be on point throughout this entire game, full 60 minutes. Defense. You got to play defense. And the offense will come. They got the firepower. Woo! Selecta with the super chat. What's up with some coaches not putting players in their proper position? Yeah, that's one that we can question. Will make for some good, discussion, I think, in the offseason. Especially if Timo Meier gets on a heater here in the last 20 games of the year. So, yeah, I cannot comment one way or another. But, yeah.
Well, it happens in sports. If you have a glut of position players, it's kind of like the New York Mets that year where they put Wilmer Flores as second baseman at shortstop because they didn't have a shortstop, but they had enough second basemen. That kind of thing. It happens. Or Tim Tebow being a wide receiver because they had another quarterback, Mark Sanchez. Whatever. It happens.
The Dead Wings play Vegas on Saturday. All right. Let's go Golden Knights. Let's get it done. Golden Knights, help us out.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
Sam
Frank.
Woo.
I see Frank
There's
over
old Frank
there.
the Tank.
Yeah. Looking good, Frank. Looking good. Everybody's smiling here at American Whiskey. So, but yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens with Toffoli. Oh, we're good, Frank. We're good. Yeah. He was asking if it's too loud.
Nah, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
We're good. Well, let's wrap it up there, Sam Woo. Everyone can go and have a good time. Enjoy themselves on American Whiskey. Thank you to everyone on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere else. Hey, Devils win. Timo Meier hat trick. I'll take it.
Yes. This could be the start of something, Scotty. Where were you when Timo had that hat trick and suddenly the team? Yeah, where were you? I was sitting next to organist Pete when that happened. And
there you go.
And I had a video footage. I tweeted it out. He was sitting near that net, and he was hungry, Timo Meier. That's why you need
Stay
beef.
in front of the net, Timo.
Yep, that's why you need beef. You got final thoughts, Scotty?
No, that's it, Sam Woo. We're ready to rock and roll, man.
All right. Well, just want to plug a little bit. Go to joinourcrew.com. Yes, joinourcrew.com for the latest updates as the Let's Go Devils podcast is heading out west to Arizona at Mullet Arena and T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. We're going to be doing podcasts outside the venues, Game Day Live and Devils After Dark, possibly a Woo report here and there. And, hey, maybe you can join us. Also, want to thank Frank the Tank, Alejandra, everybody here at American Whiskey, Valentina, everybody. They treat us so well. Kevin, Casey. I also snuck in some chicken quesadillas. That's not even on the menu, but Frank just handed it out to me, and I had a couple, and boy, can they cook you. It's a great place here at American Whiskey, and it feels good again. Also, we're looking at March 23rd, big stage event. Again, we'll have a formal announcement through joinourcrew.com and on all of our social media pages as well. If you want to join our crew and have some Man Crew Brew where we make winning memories together, one crew at a time. And again, tomorrow we'll be on standby for any of the latest news. Keep it here. Set the alerts. The Let's Go Devils podcast. And then we'll probably have some analysis Friday night. More where this team is heading. But right now, they're heading in the right direction. 2 solid points, beating the St. Louis Blues 4-1. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you to everybody. Until next time, let's go Devils.